Hello, hello, everybody. I'm super excited that you're here. So, did you guys know that Mary Kay has a module training class, not just for new consultants, for everybody? And it takes you through everything booking. How do you find bookings? How do you find friends that want to be hostesses? What do you say when your friend says, I'll have a party for you? What if she says, well, how does the Mary Kay opportunity work? How do you know how to manage your time, manage your money, manage your emotions, right? It's all of that. Well, now Mary Kay has a brand new um, educational opportunities. So I'm going to share with you guys exactly where to go. Now, no matter when you watch this, it'll be extremely helpful to you. However, for our unit, we are actually going to have a graduation at the end of May. When you complete the Mary Kay Confident online classes, it's kind of like Mary Kay University college kind of thing. You'll receive a certificate at the end of the month. However, if you do it by May 12th, and it'll send me a notification. If you're on my A team, I don't get your stats, so you'll have to let me know. It's on the honor system. But if you end up completing Mary Kay Confident by May 12th, which is Mary Kay's birthday, you will get an additional very, very special gift in honor of Mary Kay's birthday. So those of you who are watching this, it's April 30th. If you're watching this, and you may be watching this later, and that's totally fine. But if you are watching it April 30th, you get an extra day heads up. Some of you may have even started it. Some of you may have gotten already a module or two in. What I will tell you is multitasking while you're doing it doesn't work. I literally had a sales director because she's got new grandbabies and they're twins. And she said, Diane, I flunked a module twice on booking, which is hysterical because she's the top director driving a Cadillac. She goes, but I kept playing with the babies and thinking I didn't really need to pay that much attention. She goes, I was sort of taking notes, but not really. And she goes, I had to take it 3 times to pass the quiz. So what I'm telling you guys, here's my tip. Teach it, tell yourself that you just enrolled in a class, like a college class, and you spent thousands of dollars. If you guys went to a college course and spent thousands of dollars on your education, you would miss a class, right? You'd be there every single day. So I suggest maybe you do either every single day, 30 minutes, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, maybe 40 minutes, whatever you can fit into your schedule. Ideally before 8 a.m. or after 8 p.m., because Mary Kay said that's the best time to do stuff like that doesn't make you money. But I guarantee you guys, it will make you money. The modules that I've taken, I'm halfway through. The modules I'm taking, I am learning stuff. I've done this for 30 plus years, and I'm learning new concepts. There's a whole bunch of great stuff on working virtual, closing virtually, things that I know I can strengthen myself. It's going to be great. So let me walk you through this. So first of all, and thanks you guys again for staying off camera because it makes it a lot easier when we record this stuff. All right. So we're going to go on to Mary Kay Touch. So you have until the whole month of May to get it done. They text me and let me know, or email me or call me and let me know that you did it, or post it on our Facebook page. And then I can go in on a report to make, to see that you've completed it, or let me know. If you get it done by May 12th, by the night of May 12th, that's Mary Kay's birthday. It's also the day, I think, before Mother's Day. Is Mother's Day, or is Mother's Day the 12th? I think maybe Mother's Day is the 12th. You will have the opportunity. Yeah, Mother's Day is the 12th. So on Mother's Day, which is also Mary Kay's birthday this year, you will receive a special gift as long as you complete it by May 31st. So you will receive a graduation certificate that you can put on the wall in your office and post it on Facebook and everything. So when you go log in right here, you're going to go up to education. You're going to click on this tab and you're going to go down here to something that says Mary MK Confident. Okay. Now, what's really cool about this is there's going to be multiple modules. Now, it's best if you do it in the order that they give it to you, but you don't have to. But notice it's going to go in here, how to navigate, talks about great start. There's a whole section on product education, team building, ready and red, director and qualification, social media, okay? And then there's all kinds of places too where you can go and like I said, like some of these are actually live of a person talking. A lot of things are going to show you how to interact with the different apps, like the Great Start app. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, Diane, I've been in 5 years. I don't need the Great Start app. It doesn't apply to me. But what if you add a new team member? Don't you want to know what she can download? And have you ever looked at the Great Start app? I'll be honest with you. Last 2 weekends ago, I was going through the Great Start app with a new team member. And I have to admit, I was a little surprised. There was new stuff on the Great Start app I didn't know was on there. And she goes, wow, look at this. And I go, oh my God, I didn't know they added that. So the Great Start app, especially if you're new, is phenomenal. I hope you guys all download it to your phone and flip through it. So you can see what is it that a new consultant is getting in that Great Start app. And again, placing your first order, you might say, why do I need that? Well, you know what? It's always good to know money management, inventory management, maybe like what I do. Here's a tip is on all my miracle sets, I take the date defenders out. Like the minute the boxes come and I put them on my shelf, I take the date defender out and I put it on a separate shelf. Why? Because the date defender is time stamped. And I don't want to have to always be putting the new miracle sets in the very back and making sure that one doesn't get messed up in the order, because the day defender has an expiration, 2-year expiration on it. So by me, I always do put the new ones in the back and pull the former ones to the front. But by me putting my day defender and taking them out, I don't have to worry about anything expiring. Does that make sense? So again, the thing on inventory is really, really good. It's going to also talk things about social media. Now, you might be a 22-year-old social media expert. You might even be teaching social media for a living. I promise you, you're going to learn stuff. There's an entire module on here, not only how to post on social media, but what to say, how to follow Mary Kay US on Facebook. Do you know Mary Kay has a huge Facebook group? And whenever they post videos, I steal those videos. I don't steal and borrow those videos. And I post them on my VIP page. So the company comes out and says, oh my gosh, look at the vitamin C serum. And they do this 45-second commercial on just the vitamin C serum. I steal it and post it on my VIP page. So are you following Mary Kay on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter? Are you going on Mary Kay YouTube channel? I mean, there's so much stuff, you guys. So it talks about the Instagram page, how to follow it. Then it talks about managing your business. This is the one that I think is probably the one that a lot of people go, yeah, I don't want to learn that part, because it's like, maybe if you're not a detail-oriented person or you're a real high I personality or whatever, but it talks about the personal website. Do you know some of the perks and some of the things you can do on that website? There's some tips and tricks in here that maybe you didn't know. All right. ProPay, how it works, how all of that works. MK Connections, again, super quick. This is the module that I had so much fun flipping through with my new consultant. This is all about booking a party. So making your contact list. Now, ladies, here's my request too. Whether you're new or you're seasoned, when you go through this, when it says grab a piece of paper and make a contact list, I don't want you to go, yeah, I've been in 2 years, I'm not doing that. It's like, no, grab a piece of paper, because that's exactly what I did. I grabbed a piece of paper and I started thinking about, okay, what about the lady I just met at the nail shop who was super friendly to me a couple days ago? What about my new neighbor, Marcy? She has lived next door for a year. I did take her a couple samples of some things. She's never asked me about Mary Kay. She's super sweet. I don't know her at all. I invited her to a little jewelry gathering I had at my house. She didn't want to come, but she's really sweet. Why am I not facialing her? Like, why am I not talking to her about booking a pampering? I've got ladies here in Benicia that I've just met, and I've got customers that haven't had a party for me in 5 years. Well, don't you think it's about time? They love a half off shopping spree, right? Then it talks about scheduling your grand opening. Now, here's my thought. Let's say Lenore, I'll pick on her for just a second. Let's say Lenore has been in Mary Kay 10 years. And she's like, well, I'm not going to schedule a grand opening. I've been doing this 10 years. You could schedule, in honor of Mary Kay's birthday in May, you could schedule a relaunch party. It could be a recommitment to your career. It could be you've made a decision to move into leadership. It could be it's all about red because you want to be a red jacket and walk across the seminar stage with a free red jacket with 3 new team members. So just because this says schedule your grand opening, don't blow that off and go, well, yeah, but I've been doing this 10 years. I mean, I could do a rebranding. I'm actually moving in a week. Again, I'm moving just to the other side of Benicia, but I still have to pack all my stuff. So anyway, there's a grand opening. Here's great tips, how to book a party. Now let's talk about selling. All the ways of selling, pre-party prep. That's really important. Selling apps. Are you guys familiar with all the selling apps? Are you using Skin Analyzer at your party? I actually did a thing the other day just to see how it would go over. I had them pull up their phone, the 3 women that were there. They all pulled up the Skin Analyzer app. They all had makeup on. And I said, okay, you guys, I'm going to allow you to cheat the first time. Hold this app up, scan your skin. Now, you and I both know that our skin, when we have CC cream on and primer and moisturizer, it's not truly how our skin looks, right? It looks way better. So my skin results with makeup on is even better than it is without makeup on, obviously. But are you using any of these? Are you using the Mirror Me? If you do just skincare and spa, do they know they can go home and do a color makeover on themselves when you're closing? Are you sharing that app with them? So these are just so amazing. Product education, you'll learn a ton. Absolutely. Selling essentials. I love this segment because it goes over everything from all the selling tools. A lot of people, including myself, is not using the date book or the flip chart, excuse me. And when I did a new consultant's party the other day, she said to me, wow, I don't know if I'll ever learn that much product information. And I thought to myself, I just made a big mistake. I did not make my party duplicatable, and that's on me. And so the best way to make it duplicatable and to keep it short and not elaborate and not overwhelm them with too much information, which I probably did, is to use your flip chart. There's a section in there on asking for referrals. There's a section on there talking to them about getting together again for their next appointment. It's really valuable. And you guys, when you get nervous, it tells you what to say. So they have a pretty picture on their side. You talk on your side. Now, if you're doing it virtually, there's a digital version of that where they see the pretty picture and you can pull up the words on a separate device. So they can see the pretty picture on your computer, but then maybe on your phone or a tablet, you have the words of what you're supposed to say. Okay. Then, of course, introduction to team building. I love this because it talks about Mary Kay's mission and vision, and you'll really start to understand the vision of our company, sharing the opportunity. Why you, why now? I love this. Talks about fitting into your life, and it talks a little bit about time management and what's your story, what motivates you, what's your why? Why do you want to do this? Sometimes consultants have been in Mary Kay for years, playing. I'm one of them. And then all of a sudden, my life changed. I finished my master's degree. I got into corporate America and I realized I don't like being in corporate America. I don't like the cubicle. I don't like the water cooler politics and all of that. So what was my story? I just made a decision. I just thought, okay, I don't know if I'm going to be great at this, but I'm going to walk out of my corporate job. I'm going to give it a year, like full gut, give it a year, like all in. I'm all in. I'm going to make this work. And I'll tell you the differences though, is I came in with almost no inventory. I came in with a $600 order, which back then you did get more product, but not very much. Then when I went to hold a party with my national Janice, I was Vanna White. I didn't know, I hadn't read the consultant's guide. I don't want to say that I was the rebel, but I wasn't going to do anything with this. So she talked and I stood there literally and just held up product and smiled and just, she'd talk about something and I would just smile and go like this. I didn't even know what to say. And what happened was I sold more product that night than I made enough profit that night. It was more pay than I had earned at my corporate job all day. But I also sold a bunch of stuff I didn't have because I had a little tiny $600 inventory. So I went to my credit union and just to show you how lacking confidence I had is I went into the lady at the credit union and I said, how big of a loan can I get with a $50 payment? Now she thought she goes, well, how much money do you want? I said, well, that depends. What's the payment on $1,000? What's the payment on $2,000? And she said, if you borrow $2,000, the payment's $52 a month. I said, done. That's what I want. I want a $2,000 loan for a $52 payment. Because here was my mindset. I knew I could sell $100 in a month and my profit would be $50 and I could make that payment. It never came from my corporate job. It never came from any other source of income. It came from my sales gang. If we're not selling $100 in a month, yeah, we won't even have that conversation. So anyway, to make a long story short, I then turned around and did an $1,800 order. I think I used an extra $100 of my own money because of sales tax. But with my $1,800 inventory, when it came, it was like 3 boxes. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with all this? But it really wasn't much product. It was like 2 mascaras, 2 foundations, 2 of this, 2 of that. We didn't have the line that we have now. So I'm just telling you, this is really a great place for you to learn a lot about your story. And you might be amazed when you start, this is really a cool one. It's what's your story? It'll really help uncover some things. Okay. This one talks about rewards of choosing Mary Kay. So what's in it for a potential team member when you start building a team, how to earn money. This is really important because sometimes it's a difference in a 4%, 6% or 8% commission, or maybe you've got 3 or 4 team members and don't realize that with that 5th person, your commissions could go all the way to 12%. Do we even know how those work? I mean, you guys, this is money being laid on the table. So don't leave it there. Pick it up, right? Empowering others. This is phenomenal. This is talking about all about the people that you know, creating your potential team member list. And here's what I would say with this. When I hear a consultant say, well, none of my friends are interested. Okay, because they don't know what they don't know. But I look at it this way. I think every woman, and if you hook me up to a polygraph machine, this would just show the truth. I believe every woman should be a part of this company for 1 year of her life. Surround herself with positive people, get plugged in, go to training, If she doesn't like it in a year, she's not having fun, she's not making money, walk away. But I will tell you, it was a God thing. I'll just tell you this really quick story. I was at the nail salon a couple days ago, and I finished getting a pedicure. They had me move seats, and I went to sit down. This gal had super curly, kinky brown hair. She looked young. She looked 17, 18. I'm not a good judge of age. She could have been 30 because I think everybody looks like they're 18 or 19 because I'm getting older. But anyway, so after a little while, she said something to me about, oh, I really love your ring. And I said, oh, thank you. And so we started to talk, and I said, you've got a great personality. And she started sharing things with me. Like I said, well, are you single or whatever? She goes, well, I'm with a significant other, but she goes, I really love my roommate, but had a really tough couple of years. And so I'm thinking, okay, well, she can't be in high school because I don't know, she's living with her boy. I mean, I don't know. So anyway, we got to talking. Make a long story short, about 15 minutes into the talk, the woman who brought her in, who's her mom, is over at the pedicure seat. And when she walked in, I go, God, that girl looks familiar. And she goes, Diane, is that you? And I looked up and I go, it is me. And she goes, you may not remember me, but I met you at your house 6 months ago. I came over with a very good friend of mine named Lori, who's one of your customers. And she goes, I bought one thing from you and I really love it. And I was embarrassed that I couldn't remember her name. It's like, oh my gosh, I knew she looked familiar. And she said, I'm really glad you're talking to my daughter. Now her daughter's 19. She's just about to turn 20, very frustrated because she doesn't know what she wants to do with her life. She's interested maybe in going back to college, but doesn't really know what she wants to get a degree in. And there's the money of college. So I started talking to her and I said, you know what? I said, you are smart. You are a go-getter. And so I said, I don't know if you'd ever even consider something like Mary Kay, but I said, we just had a speaker, joined at 18, won a Cadillac by 20, earned her first car at 19. I'd love for you to hear her story. And she goes, no, I'm happy to listen. So I sent it to her. She texted me back the next day. I watched that. That was interesting. I said, well, our company just turned 60. Can I send you something else? She said, sure. So I sent her the company's 60th anniversary. Make a long story short, she's now watched 3 videos. I have an appointment to see her tomorrow to try the product. And I'm just going to sit there and say, what if this could be you? So all of these things apply to that. Role-playing video. The role-play video you will love because one is in person and one's over the phone. Different ways to start. Again, this is educating yourself. You guys, you don't want your cousin to say, hey, I want to join your team. How much is it? Or how does it work? And you're like, I don't know. You want to know, right? Ready and Red, great module talking all about leading, expectations, doing a perfect start versus a power start, how all that works. DIQ, how all that works. Becoming savvy in social media. This, I think, should be required for all Mary Kay people because this is the wave of the future, you guys. Whether you want to embrace social media or not, and you don't have to do TikTok and all the other stuff, but at least know what's out there and hire somebody to do it for you if you don't want to do it, okay? There's a social media savvy Facebook part, there's Instagram part, there's TikTok part, there's YouTube. I mean, this is amazing. Mastering social media. So these are all the different modules. You can see them all down here. Selling essentials, all of these, mastering social media. So by the time you finish all these modules, now, let's say you're on the phone and you get interrupted, or no, excuse me, let's say you're working on this and you get interrupted with a phone call. What ends up happening is when you log out of Mary Kay in Touch, it'll remember what module you left, what space you left on it. It'll let you go right back to that. Now, I had a new consultant say to me, well, I'm really interested in team building. Can I just jump to that section? Well, I understand the desire to do that and I get that, but I will tell you the company, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You do whatever you want to do. You're a grown adult woman, but the company does suggest that we do them in order so that we can kind of build upon that. But if you really have your heart's desire right now to start team building right away, which a lot of people do, you can skip to those sections and do them. But I would still make sure in order for you to graduate, you do need to do all of them. And I think they all feed upon each other. Mary Kay used to say, the closer the team member is to loving the product, the stronger the team member she will be. And I truly believe that because I believe that if people really, really love the product, they will do anything and jump through hoops because why would they not want to be a consultant? They love the product, right? So anyway, so again, you have all of May to do it and you will get a certificate at the end. We'll have a very special graduation. We'll have a fun little ceremony kind of thing. It'll be super fun. You'll get a certificate in the mail. I might even throw a little graduation party because I will be at my new house. I may not be unpacked, but I will be there. So we could have like a little graduation party for the locals, and for the people who are not local, I can still send you something. Now, if you do it by Mary Kay's birthday, which is May 12th, which I realize is a commitment, because there's, I don't know how many modules are on here. There are, let me count them. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So I think there's 22 modules. So you could do 2 a day. Some might take you longer, like some of them, like the first one's 9 segments, and some of the other ones are 3, some are 7, some are 4. Product education's 4. So some may take you a little longer, but for those of you who finish by May 12th, Mother's Day and Mary Kay's birthday, you will receive an additional gift. Can you start tonight? Yes. Even though technically we're kicking it off tomorrow, yes, you can start today. Okay, so I will tell you guys, that is going to make you so much more confident, which is why it's called MK Confident, no pun intended. But that Mary Kay Confident is designed so that you feel good about where you are. What I did is I went down to the Dollar Tree and I got, let me grab this. I got a new composition notebook and it says on mine, today is your day. So so this is my Mary Kay Confident book. When it gives me a script, I'm like, oh, I'm going to use that. I'm literally writing it verbatim in here. Okay. I'm literally writing it down. And then, so this will be my go-to whenever I am trying to reference anything from MK Confident. Okay. So I hope you guys found this helpful. It's going to be an amazing thing. Please, please, please do the certification. I'm not kidding you. Those of you who are new, it'll blow your mind. Those of you who are seasoned, Marty and a whole bunch of you guys, you are going to be shocked and surprised at how much you learn from those. I was already learning stuff on the few modules that I did. So I know you guys are going to learn stuff. All right. All right, you guys have a great day. Thanks for jumping on.